Hello and welcome. We are live streaming today with David Essel. My name is Angela Powers, and I've been partnering with David on his online course, which is a companion to his new book, Positive Thinking Will Never Change Your Life, but this book will. The Myth of Positive Thinking and the Reality of Success. So today we're talking about the dark side of life. And thanks for being here, David. This is exciting to talk about because we don't talk about this very often.
Yeah, Angela, it's one of the keys in regards to becoming more successful in life. It's one of the most important things that we, really need to talk about. And what is the dark side? You know, the dark side is the shame that we don't want to face, the guilt, the resentment, the anger, the rage, the insecurity, the hopelessness, the addiction. This is the dark side. And Debbie Ford, when she was with us on Earth, was a friend of mine. I interviewed her many, many times. And she came out with a book years ago called The Shadow Side, which the whole book was exactly about this topic that we're covering in this section of our chapter in our book, Positive Thinking Will Never Change Your Life. And, one of the things that we know through all of our experiences that you cannot outthink your dark side. You cannot outthink insecurity, jealousy, rage, resentment, anger, shame, guilt. You cannot outthink them. So positive thinking will not have any chance whatsoever to change someone who is struggling with their dark side. And we all struggle with it. We all have days or weeks or months or years of feeling hopeless. Like, I'm putting all this energy into this relationship and I'm not getting anything back out of it. Or, this is the third different time I've tried to get a raise or open up my own business or do something, and I feel really insecure to try it again. With the economic downturn, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, there are many, many people that have never recovered from that. And so thinking on the positive, thinking on the bright side, that's fine. As we talk about in the book, it's going to release a cascade of chemicals into the brain to help lift you up momentarily. But unless we're willing to get into the sewer with pitchforks and shovels and go into that anger, rage, insecurity, shame, guilt, lack, whatever it is, fear, we're not going to be able to get into a positive, strong mindset, Angela, for very long at all. And that's the reality of life. It's something that people don't want to deal with, but it's the reality.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us are either one side or the other, too brief. They want to just hurry up and get to the happy and past it. And then some of us go the other way and we stay in it too long and we never move through.
Yeah.
How do we find that middle?
That's a great question. See, this is one of the reasons we wrote the book, is because the world of positive thinking has taken us to this space that is totally unrealistic, filled with illusion. That if you just think correctly, you can release that shame and guilt. And if you stay stuck into feeling your emotions, then that's just going to expand. And it's erroneous. Mm-hmm. So it's called jumping the process. Yeah. When we jump the process in life, what we're saying is that I don't want to face my financial insecurity or my financial lack of knowledge or my body weight or my addiction to alcohol or nicotine or drugs or my negativity or my addiction to radio or television or codependency, which is the largest addiction in the world. So I'm just going to jump the process, do the affirmations, do the vision board, do all these kind of things in order to not deal with that side of life. Because after all, life wasn't meant to be a struggle. So many people have told us that. So we understand that if we try to jump the process, Angela, and we don't find a way to process the shame, the anger, the rage, the insecurity, the addiction, if we don't process it, it's not going anywhere. And then what you said is also very valid. If you stay the victim, and you surround yourself with victims and everyone says, oh, it's not your fault that you're in this financial situation, that you've gained that weight, your whole family's overweight, which is something that we've talked about in the book as being totally erroneous. There's only 6% of people overweight that have a genetic link. 94% of people don't. So if you're surrounding yourself with people saying it's not your fault, you just pick bad guys, it's not your fault, type of thing. Then we never look within and we stay the victim. You know, it's your boss's fault, your parents' fault, your ex-husband's fault, ex-wife's fault, it's your kid's fault, it's whatever. So the victim can never heal. And it is a dance. You know, it is like in the book we say, take your first hour every day and immerse yourself in meditation, prayer, journaling, gratitude. Like fill your brain with all of that positive stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then take time to work with a professional to go into your insecurity, your rage, your resentment, your anger, the unjustness of the world. You know, I just before you, I teach a public speaking course. And I have a college student who's a junior he's going into his junior year, who came in because he has the summer off, and he said, I have no confidence. If I'm at dinner with a couple friends, I either overspeak or I shut up. In front of a class, I just will clam up. When it's my turn to do a presentation, I have no confidence. He's facing his dark side. He's enrolled in a course, for God's sake. You know, he's not just saying, I'm going to positively think my way through this. He is putting time and money and effort into facing his dark side, and that's what we all need to do.
How do we access that? How do we know we're staying the victim or we're jumping the process? Like, how do we, is there a way for us to self-identify where we are?
Great question. And the answer is yes. So what I ask people to do is write down the major areas of their life. So that would be finances, relationship, body, health. Those are two totally different ones. Your body and your health are two totally different. You could be very overweight and your doctor could say you're in great health. So we look at all these, intimate relationships, career, money. We write down all the major categories in life. And then we circle the one that has the most chaos. The one that repetitively over the years we're always stressed about. Is it money? Is it our relationships? Is it our body? Is it our health? Is it our negative attitude? And in that area where we struggle the most, that's where our dark side lies, Angela.
Oh, interesting.
That's it.
Ooh.
No,
So the first step is to write it down and identify it, and then start.
Yeah, you've got to, we've got to have a place to start. And you know this from you and I worked together 10 years ago, is that we can only attack one of these areas at a time.
Yeah.
So that's why we say to people, don't try to change your attitude and make more money and lose weight and find the perfect lover and all this other kind of nonsense. What's the area that's creating the most consistent chaos and drama? What's the area that you'd rather not deal with? What's the area that you've been talking about taking care of, but you've been procrastinating on? That's where the darkness lies, and that's the only place we need to begin.
Ooh, and that's so hard too, because we want to have a goal in every area. We want to work in it all.
That's right. That's right.
So big.
And it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then we end up doing nothing, because it's just way too much to tackle. In our book, the book that you and I are talking about right now, Positive Thinking Will Never Change Your Life, but this book will, The Myth of Positive Thinking, The Reality of Success. We give hundreds of stories. As a matter of fact, if you go on Amazon and look at we have got like already 18 reviews. The book has only been out a couple months. We've got 18 screamingly positive reviews. And most of the people, I don't even know who the heck they are, but they're saying that thank you for getting rid of the illusion that we can change our life with vision boards and affirmations and visualizations. And if it happens, it's called a miracle. More power to you. But most of us, it hasn't happened. And we're getting so much feedback, Angela, that we don't want to go into this dark side that you and I are talking about, but that's where the freedom is.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, I know we probably have just one more minute, so I wanted to mention that the course is, if folks want to join the course as a beta tester, they can do that, and then they'll have access to the exercises and the lessons as they come out. They'll also get access to a free copy of the book, and they can get started reading it, and then come along the journey with us as we build more and more into the course and add videos and things like that. So I just wanted to put that out there. I added a link here in the video, in the live stream, so hopefully that'll show up on YouTube as well. Otherwise, we can also update it so that the link below the video for folks if they want to go and check it out. And then so in the last maybe 30 seconds, is any parting thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's really important that we continue to move forward in life through the muck, through the high grass, through all the stuff that we don't want to deal with. And it's not that life has to be horrendously terrible. It doesn't mean that for the rest of your life you're going to just be dealing with muck. But what happens is when we finally do face the reality and we quit procrastinating on that area of life that we really need to take care of, life gets easier. As we change that subconscious mind that we talk so intensely about in the book in the earlier chapters and bring it into being an ally versus a saboteur, that life becomes easier. It's like, Angela, you know, in all the world of addiction that I've worked with people with food and alcohol and nicotine and all that, you know, after a year of being sober and following a daily routine, it becomes easier to stay sober. For the people that are emotional spenders and they're always in financial trouble, after 12 months of doing the correct work, then all of a sudden finances aren't the stress to keep us up at night, you know? And so it's worth the work is what I'm saying. You know, it's really worth going in and doing the work. And the book is amazing, not just because I wrote it, but because we have 6 New York Times bestselling authors and 11 other experts that tell their story of how to be successful in life.
Yeah, those stories are powerful. They're really, really cool to read through and just and be able to connect with all those different experiences.
Exactly. Yeah, and Angela, let people know how they can get a hold of you too.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Facebook or online at learnwithangela.com. So
Good.
easy to find me. I'm all over in pretty much every social media, but those are the 2 places that you'll find me easiest.
Awesome. Okay. Hey, I look forward to next week, honey.
Yeah, me too. Thanks. Have a great week, David.
Okay, you too.
Hey.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.